think it's week 5. We lost $407. Show you the statements. $407.25. We moved back to college this week, and so that's why I didn't really trade on Monday at all, is because I was just trying to get settled in and everything. And I did watch the market, and I marked this as an entry, which it would have played out well, but we didn't take it. Okay, then Tuesday, this is a bad day of trading. I don't really know what I was doing. Yeah, I mean, I entered above this bar's high, which doesn't really make too much sense since we weren't that bullish. Wait for a better pullback. Entered below this bar's low, which doesn't make sense since if you're entering, you should enter below this bar's low on that pullback. And you shouldn't be entering anyway since we're more bullish than bearish. This entry was, I accidentally entered on this one. Not accidentally, I entered, but like I told myself I'm not going to enter below this bar's low, and then I just did. And then our next entry was above this bar's high, which I don't mind. The only thing you could argue is we weren't that bullish, and this was a big bar up into these wicks, but I still don't mind this entry. We lost $90 on this one. And I entered below this bar's low, which I don't mind once again after this bear push. And we got out above this bar's high on this one. And then I quit trading for a little bit. I entered on this above this bar's high and made $10. This is a great entry for buys. And then at this point, I was done trading. I was thinking about entering here. It didn't. And then I quit trading after this one. But the good part about this day is I had like confidence in the entries I was taking. And honestly, the only really bad one I'd say was this one. I guess I just need to maybe understand what type of market we're in a little bit better, because this was pretty T-ranges, and maybe I should be more cautious about trading. But I was happy with the confidence I had in the trades I was taking. But that was a bad day. We lost $207, and that was kind of setting up for later in the week here. Our next trade, we entered one trade below this bar's low, which we were bearish. I should have entered right here below this bar's low if I was going to enter anywhere. And we didn't have the confidence to do that. But yeah, I mean, I don't think this is a bad trade. It should have been right here, and then I should have lost less money, but we still entered here. And then I only entered one entry for some reason, maybe because I didn't like it too much. Actually, I didn't like these wicks down here at the bottom. But it eventually did go our way. And then I didn't take this trade. I liked it after this big bull bar. I don't know. It's ironic because I'll show you guys the next trade. The trade I took the next day. But yeah, I didn't take this one. Didn't love it. Would have been a profitable trade. And I didn't trade the rest of the day. We went to the ER this night, guys. Gosh, why is it doing that? For my head, because I smacked it. I almost had to get stitches. And then, okay, here's the next day, Thursday. It's very similar to the trade, the breakout, and then pullback, and then buy above this bar's high, which was the exact same trade as this one, but it's in a different context. This one was very climatic, which is the reason you might not want to take that and the wick on the top of the bar. But I still don't hate this trade. I don't think it's a bad trade, but it kind of, that trade got us down to like where we could only do one entry for the NAS, and this was basically like our last trade we could take, or if it did go our way, we would be screwed. And I'd say this is about as good of a trade as you could have, really. I guess it was a good trade. We were bearish. We had a good bull bar with wick on the top, which isn't the end of the world. Then we did here, and then we had this bear reversal bar and another bull. So it was a breakout pullback, and we ended up losing $42 on it. Didn't go our way. Okay, and then we had to go to the S&P the next day. Why does it keep doing that? And then, okay, here's the next day on the S&P. Should have entered below this bar's low, was not watching the market. I was in the shower. And then I entered below this bar's low and just got out on the limit, and then I was done for the day. But this was actually a pretty good trade. This is probably like an $80 trade in the NAS. And then if it would have just had our 2 entries in the NAS or the ES, but we screwed it up earlier in the week where we couldn't do that, and it just screws you here when the trade does come. And then I'll show you guys the NAS, because look how good of an entry this was. Like, perfect. And then we didn't go above a bar's high until down here, and it was like $200. And then another great entry right here. Entry right here would have been an L. Entry right here would have been a good entry. Could have entered again there. Not filled there. Could have entered right here. Below this bar's low. Below this bar's low. Those ones would have been tougher, but maybe. And then, yeah, so it would have been a very profitable day, but especially like all the trades came at 12 and then we would have been done. But we just got to be better. And I guess I'm not trading. I'll never be able to trade here because I have class in this section from 10 to like 11. So, yeah, that kind of stinks, but it is what it is. And let's just see if we can. It's going to be a week next week where we need a good. I mean, obviously we need a good first day, or else we're done. Cause like we have to. That's all there is to it. And then I'm gonna keep trading 1 lot until I can trade 2 S&P lots, and then I'll try to get back up to a NAS eventually. I think that's the goal, is to get back up to 1 NAS lot by the end of the week. And don't think this was a bad week. Like, I had confidence in the trades I was taking, and I think we're getting there, guys. I really do. I hope we are. I mean, why would you not hope? I'm going to keep on doing the work on the Sims and trying to learn more, and we'll see where it takes us. Sorry I have to be quiet. It's because I don't want to wake everybody up. So that's all we got for you guys. Have a good Labor Day, and I'll see you next week. See you Tuesday. I guess not see you Tuesday, see you next Saturday, but that's when I'll be trading, is Tuesday. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day and weekend.